Finance Pulse. Tonight we are looking at a world recalibrating. Trade tensions cooling, IPOs testing investor confidence and long-term economic ambitions unfolding in the Gulf. And in our deep dive, we unpack a dramatic political standoff in Washington, where a last-minute deal may finally end the longest government shutdown in US history. Let's get into today's top stories. Our first headline is a development that could ease global trade tensions. China has suspended several export restrictions on critical minerals headed to the United States. These minerals are essential for military equipment, semiconductor manufacturing and advanced battery technology, the backbone of next-generation tech. The restrictions, originally imposed in October, had raised concerns across multiple industries, especially in defense and EV production. Beijing's decision to relax controls for 1 year signals that the current trade truce between the world's two largest economies is holding. For companies dependent on rare earth materials, this pause offers temporary breathing room and potentially stabilizes supply chains that have been strained for months. Our second is from the markets, where eyewear giant Lenskart, backed by SoftBank and led by Shark Tank India judge Piyush Bansal, made its debut on the Mumbai Stock Exchange. The stock had a volatile first session, opening lower, dropping sharply by as much as 12% and then reversing direction to trade above its IPO price. The offering raised more than 72 billion rupees or about $821 million, stirring debate about sky-high valuations in India's startup ecosystem. Investors appear divided on how to price aggressive growth companies in an environment where profitability and sustainability are under far more scrutiny. And in the Gulf, a new economic outlook projects stronger momentum ahead. A report from the GCC Statistical Center highlights that economic growth across Gulf countries is set to accelerate, reaching an expected 4.3% by 2027. The big driver, a deliberate push towards non-oil sectors, tourism, renewable energy, manufacturing and technology. In 2024, non-oil industries already grew by more than 4%, signaling that diversification strategies are gaining traction. The region's economies are positioning themselves not just as energy exporters, but as global investment and innovation hubs. Now to our deep dive, and it's a political and financial cliffhanger. In Washington, a group of Senate Democratic centrists has helped advance a deal to reopen the US government. After almost 6 weeks of shutdown, the government is days away from being funded again, but only after intense internal conflict. The compromise ties government funding to a future vote on extending Affordable Care Act subsidies that help keep insurance premiums lower for millions of Americans. The funding deal includes a temporary stopgap to keep operations running until January, alongside a larger package that funds several key federal agencies. There's no guarantee that the subsidy extension will pass, especially in a Republican-controlled House, but Democrats backing the deal argue that securing a committed vote keeps the conversation alive and gives them leverage. As Senate Majority Leader John Thune put it, after 40 days without funding, he quote, "I am optimistic that we'll finally be able to end it." But not everyone is convinced. Liberals and the Senate and House are furious, saying the deal falls short and gives up negotiating power. Some lawmakers are openly calling for changes in party leadership. Others, like Senator John Hickenlooper, express frustration that there are no perfect options left and that ending the shutdown overweighs the political win. One key concession Democrats did secure: all federal workers will be paid for the weeks they were out of work, and the White House will reverse mass personal actions tied to the shutdown. Once the Senate passes the final bill, it heads to the House, where Speaker Mike Johnson must navigate his own divided caucus to push the measure through, likely with pressure from President Trump. The takeaway is this: the shutdown may be ending, but the ideological battle over healthcare funding is far from resolved. And with the next funding deadline just weeks away, another face-off is already on the horizon. So that's all in Finance Pulse for today. Follow the Finance 360 for more.